actually, I was working on another project and I saw Aura Brush and I was floored. And the funny thing is, it didn't happen to be viral. It happened very organically. I just happened to stumble upon it. And I was like, what is this? And then I started looking at every video on that page. And I found the story of Jeffrey. And I knew it was that moment. I was like, I need Jeffrey. I need the Harmon brothers. Where are they? And I bought a LinkedIn subscription where you can email people you don't know. And I sent Jeffrey an email. And I said, this is the first stalking email. And here's my company. And he didn't answer. 2 weeks later, I think, I sent him another email. I said, this is the second email. By the way, we've been on QVC. Well, okay. So anyway, yeah, by the way, we've been on the shopping channels, networks, and here's the revenue we're doing. And we don't have any help with marketing or sales. And he very generously decided to, talk with me a bit. So I contacted Jeffrey Harmon after seeing the Aura Brush video, and I remember Dr. Bob saying, in his interview or something about the story of Aura Brush, and there's this kid who stood up in the classroom, and he said, but Dr. Bob, 8% of the population is still millions of people. And I was fixated, like, who is this guy? Like, who is this kid? And I'm a research fiend, so I started researching, like, who is this? And I found Jeffrey Harmon, and I started reading all the articles on the Harmons and who he was. And then I decided to contact him on on LinkedIn. I was like, you know what? I have to get to this guy. And you have to understand, he seems pretty, like, out, like he's way out of reach. And I emailed him and said, hey, here's, my product, and here's what we do. And we've done this without any marketing help. It's just kind of what I know, and I need help. I need to go to the next step, and you're the guy. I know that you're the guy. And he didn't answer my LinkedIn message. A couple weeks later, I sent another message, like, come on, dude, I know you're the guy, okay? Like, you've done it before with this tongue scraper. I have a really good product that a lot of people love. Let's talk about this. And graciously, he decided to answer my email, and we had a phone conversation. And then I sent him the product. And I think that's when he kind of went, oh, like, this really works. And he had seen some of the reviews online. And he's like, this girl is not completely nuts. Like, she might have something here. And our families were going to, my family was going on vacation to Hawaii. And I called the Harmons and said, hey, can you guys hop over for a couple of days? Let's get out of, the area, and let's talk about this. And I just put the opportunity in front of them, like, look what we can create. Here's a product that's proven, it's amazing, and what it needs is your steam engine, okay? And I knew 100%, well, as I said, I knew these guys could do what they do best, which is direct-to-consumer marketing. I knew that they could make some amazing YouTube videos. What I didn't know was exactly how good they were, okay? So they decided to come on board, and we were going to make a YouTube video. So we rented a cabin in Sundance, and we all kind of camped out, and that was kind of fun because it's like the artsy artist camped out in a cabin writing for a couple of weeks. And they brought this amazing writer. This team that they put together was just like, are you kidding me? Joel was from LA. He was one of the funniest people I'd ever met. Tell, the filmmaker, Daniel, the web developer, and then Neil, who's the back-end guy, and Jeffrey, the brilliant marketing mind. And we had the script, and so we had 2 weeks blocked out in Utah, and I'm thinking, well, we'll see how far we get in 2 weeks. I had no idea the rate at which this team moved, okay? So we wrote for a few days. We decided, we got the script, we're going to cast, and we're going to film 3 days later, which is pretty much unheard of. We had done a video in the past. I think it cost $50,000, $60,000, and it took us months to pull it off. And I remember casting for our girl, and the director and Jeffrey, Joel and Jeffrey, were just adamant she was the right girl. And I was a bit leery at first. I said, I don't know if she's the right girl. I knew I because in her audition, she was a little bit mousier than I thought. I wanted somebody that was really strong, and the wonderful thing is she's a great actress, and she did actually pull it off. What I didn't know, well, I kind of had a glimpse. We knew the script was really funny, and when we were filming, a couple of the extras that were in hadn't read the script. So they were like, the filmmaker, kept having to cut because the guy would crack up, like the boyfriend, okay, and you can see it in the bloopers, but the guy would just crack up, and I'm like, okay, we have something that's maybe really, really funny. We were kind of immune to it at that point. I'm probably immune to all poo jokes, okay, because I've heard them all. But we were like, wow, we really have something. And then, it was up to Jeffrey and Neil and Daniel and that team to work their magic. And Jeffrey calls and he said, uh-oh, we've got a video getting away with it from us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, we've got one, and it's starting to get shared, and it's getting shared, and it's getting shared a lot. And they were coming back the next day, and it's getting shared more, and it's getting shared more. And then I wake up one day, and he goes, whoa, Huffington Post got it. Here we go. And then, we had Reddit and BuzzFeed, and then it was like 1 million views and 2 million and 3 million. And like, I knew that these guys were good. I had no idea they were that good. That's the reason I say don't limit yourself to your imagination, because I imagined we were going to get together, we were going to make a couple of great videos, we were going to sell some people some product, and it was going to, be a slow build. I had no idea it was going to be like a rocket ship out of the gate.